Hello and welcome to another Community Connections event. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jeremy Capone. Happy New Year. This is our first Community Connections of 2022, and we have a very exciting agenda today. So thank you for joining us. Just to give you a heads up, so Community Connections is an opportunity for us to highlight some of our incredible community partners and cancer organizations to really highlight some of the amazing resources and programs and supports that they offer. So if you are interested, you can come check it out here. We do record all of these live sessions, so you can check out some of our past sessions on our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe and click that notification bell, it'll let you know once we have a new class coming up. So for today, we're going to start things off with an amazing body scan mindfulness exercise with one of our incredible occupational therapists, Lydia Beck. And we did show this exercise before, maybe in the fall, but thought it'd be a great idea to kind of kickstart 2022 off with this great exercise. And then after that, we're going to be joined by Dr. Alison Ross, and she's the Director of Disease Information and Education at Ovarian Cancer Canada. So she'll be giving a wonderful presentation on some of the supports and resources that Ovarian Cancer Canada does offer. So stick around for that. We have the incredible Dr. Alison Ross. She is the Director of Illness Information and Education at Ovarian Cancer Canada, and she's going to deliver an amazing presentation. Welcome, Dr. Ross. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So without further ado, I'll let you take over.
Sure. I'm just going to share my screen here. So start sharing. All right. Can we see this?
I think it's loading.
It's loading?
Yeah, maybe just give it a second. There we go.
You can see that? Okay,
perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect.
So
and I'll just mention quickly as well, if you have any questions for Dr. Ross throughout the presentation, you can go ahead and ask it in the chat, and I will read the questions. I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay. Thank you, and please feel free to call me Alison. So as Jeremy said, I'm Alison, and I am here today from Ovarian Cancer Canada to talk about the different supports and resources that we can offer people who are living with ovarian cancer. So I am the Director of Disease Information and Education, which basically means that my role is to make sure that all of the information we share with you about ovarian cancer is up to date and relevant and hopefully easily understandable. I'm also in charge of, part of my role, I should say, is trying to connect with as many people in Canada who are living with this disease. And I also provide direct one-on-one support to people who have questions or would like some more information or just want someone to chat with about what they're going through. So those are kind of the three main things that I do. I do also want to say that one of my very first jobs in this world was at ELLICSR as a research associate, so it's really nice to be back today. All right, so I'll just start off with a very brief overview of who we are at Ovarian Cancer Canada. So we are the only charity in Canada that's exclusive focus is overcoming ovarian cancer. So we're the only national charity that's our dedicated work. We're aiming to ensure that anyone in this country who has ovarian cancer and those people who are at risk for potentially developing ovarian cancer in the future can live fuller, better, longer lives. So we do that by championing the health and well-being of those affected while advancing research to save lives. So I kind of think of this presentation as divided into two sections. I'm going to talk about how we can connect you to expertise and how we can connect you to a supportive community. So we're going to connect you, or we can connect you to all of the knowledge and the scientists and the clinicians who have the most up-to-date information and guidance, and we can connect you to one another and to a community that can hopefully provide you some hope and some support during this experience. So I'm going to start off by first talking about, just go to my next slide. The first kind of bucket I'll talk about is connecting you to expertise, and I'll talk to you about a few different options that we have. I think of our resources as kind of a buffet that you can choose from. Some things are going to work really well for some people and really resonate with some people, and some things maybe not so much your style. So feel free to just listen and think about what would work best for you. So the first thing I'll talk to you about is our By Your Side resource guides, and I actually have them both right here so you can see them. They're these little books that are basically a overview of all of that medical jargon that you're probably hearing when you're meeting with your healthcare team, your oncologist, your nurses. It might be a little bit overwhelming. It might be a lot of new words that you've never heard before. And so we've put together these resource guides that basically provide it to you in as simple as language as possible. So there's two different versions of the guide. This blue one here is the By Your Side guide. That's for anyone who's been newly diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And then we have this section option here, and that's the Still By Your Side guide. And that's for anyone who's been diagnosed with a recurrence. They come in both English and French. They are free of charge, and you can order a hard copy or you can order a digital copy. So if you're interested, you can go to ovariancanada.org and order it. Or if you prefer, I'm going to put up my contact information at the end. You can get in touch with me and I can get those sent to you today. Okay, another way that we connect you to expertise is on our website. We have a very long library of our webinars and videos that cover a whole bunch of different topics. So you can really just go to the website, you can scroll down and choose any topic that might be interesting to you, and you can see an expert or a panel of experts talking about that topic. So just this morning I went on just to see what kind of our most recent videos are, just to give you a little taste of what you might find there. So we have one titled Living with Resilience in the Fear of Uncertainty. We have another one titled Demystifying Clinical Trials. Another one is Advancing New Treatments to Improve Survival of Women with Ovarian Cancer. So there are a whole bunch of different topics that are covered. Some might be really important to you, really resonate with you. Some might not be what you're interested in right now, but feel free to check those out and take a watch if anything resonates with you. Okay. The next way we can connect you to expertise is through our monthly speaker series. And I will emphasize this is free of charge. All of our services are free of charge. So this is a virtual event. We've moved everything online since the beginning of the pandemic, which has actually worked out rather well because we can connect with people all across the country now. And so the speaker series is where we have an expert in the field on a different topic related to ovarian cancer come in and share their insights and share their knowledge and talk directly to you about different topics related to the disease. And so again, you can find all of these past recordings of speaker series online. Again, in our webinars and in the video library, so you can watch past speaker series, and we have another one coming up this month as well. All right. Another way that we connect you to expertise is with our education symposium. So our last one was just this past November, and it's just an overwhelmingly wonderful event. It's a 2-day event. It's entirely online, again, because of the pandemic, but that's worked out really well. And it's a place for anyone who's been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, their family, their friends, their loved one, to come together and meet one another, to ask questions, and to listen in on expert panels and speakers about a whole bunch of different topics related to ovarian cancer. So as I said, our last education symposium was back in November. And just a few topics that we covered. Again, it was 2 days, so there was many topics, but just a few that were on the top of the list. Scientific progress against ovarian cancer, the power of genetics, what it means to you and your family, cannabis and cancer, what you need to know, managing the side effects of treatment. That was a really popular session as well. Like I said earlier, all of this is available on the website, so you can watch past events and look for an upcoming symposia as well. All right. Another program that we're offering is called our Patient Partners in Research program. So this is honestly exactly what it sounds like. All of this research is being done around ovarian cancer by clinicians and scientists. And what we're doing is we're connecting patients to those researchers to make sure that the questions being asked and the areas being investigated really reflect what people with ovarian cancer think needs to be looked at. So as it says on this slide, it's a team of women with ovarian cancer from across Canada, and they collaborate with clinicians and scientists to ensure that the research investments we make reflect the priorities of those affected by this disease. So if you're interested in partnering with the clinicians and scientists around Canada who are doing research on this disease, we're always looking for more people to join. So the lead of this team, her name is Talon, and I've put her email address there on the slide if anyone is interested in joining. And on the left here, I just have a quick quote from one of our patient partners in research, a young woman named Shannon. And she said this quote here: "We deserve a voice at the table of researchers, oncologists, and scientists. We are the ones undergoing the clinical trials, enduring the side effects of treatments, and putting ourselves on the line in hopes of fighting back against this disease." So, this might really resonate with some of you. You really want to get involved in research. For other people, maybe that's not the right time or not really something that jives with who you are, and that's fine. It's just an option for those of you who feel like you want to be a part of, that research process. So as I said, I just want to emphasize again, Talon's email address is right there if that's something that you're interested in. All right. Oh, can't seem to click to the next slide. Oh, going the wrong way. Sorry, everyone. Here we go. All right, so that's kind of all the different ways that we can connect you to kind of the knowledge and information around ovarian cancer. So now I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about how we can connect you to other people who are affected by ovarian cancer. So one way that we do that is through a online program that we have called Ovarian Dialogue. So this is, as it says on the slide, an active and vibrant community where people with ovarian cancer can connect to share information, experiences, and offer support and encouragement. So it almost looks like when you log on to Ovarian Dialogue, and you can join for free, you can register for free. It almost looks kind of like message boards, and you can get on there, introduce yourself, you can ask questions about what other people have been through, you can share some stories that you've experienced, or you can just not post anything and just kind of browse through and see what other people are talking about. So I took a look at Ovarian Dialogue this morning just to see kind of what the chat was about and what people were focusing on. So a few things that were being discussed were medications that people are on, particularly people were discussing Zejula and Olaparib. Surgical induced menopause was another conversation. One person had written "Hello from Vancouver" and was just introducing themselves to the community. One person titled their message board "New and Freaking Out." So this person obviously came and was looking for some support and maybe some hope and comfort from other people who've been through this experience. So if you're interested in checking out Ovarian Dialogue, it's on our website. You can sign up for free and you can actively participate, or you can just be a wallflower and read what other people are sharing. All right, here we go. Another option, we actually have a lot of these TLTs this week. I went to one Tuesday, Wednesday, and another one this afternoon. These are called TLTs. So TLT is a time for connection and conversation for those with ovarian cancer. So it's a very, I don't want to say it's a support group. It's not facilitated. It's an informal kind of get together for people across Canada, again, affected by the disease. There's 3 different versions of the TLT. There's one that's just for anyone who's been diagnosed with ovarian cancer can come to that group. There's one that's specifically for younger women. We don't have an age cutoff. It's young or young at heart if you feel like you would connect to that group. And the third option is for people who've had ovarian cancer for 10 or more years. And so you can go to any group you want. So maybe if you've been newly diagnosed and you'd like to hear what the women who've been living with the disease for 10, 15, 20 years are talking about, if that's going to provide you some hope, you can absolutely go. You don't have to go to the one that fits exactly your quote unquote demographic, but those are the 3 kind of versions of the event. And so, yeah, they're awesome. They're free to register. I've been sitting in on a few, and they're very powerful. They're very impactful. Lots of connections are made. And so you can, again, like I keep saying, I feel like I'm a bit of a broken record. You can check it out on our website, and it's free to register. All right, and getting towards the end here, we have as well a newsletter that's going to remind you of any upcoming events. So I've talked about the TLTs, I talked about the Symposia, I talked about the speaker series. So we do have that newsletter that's going to come out and remind you of upcoming events and also share stories from across Canada about ovarian cancer and research advancements and things like that. So that newsletter, it's an e-newsletter. It would come right to your email inbox, comes out bi-monthly, and it's called Seeds of Hope. Again, it's free and you can subscribe online. And like I said, I'll put up my contact information at the end. So if you want to just contact me and tell me if you're interested in any of this, I can get you signed up for things as well. If you're a social media person, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, we are on all those social media channels at Ovarian Cancer Canada on Facebook, Twitter, Ovarian Canada, and Instagram, Ovarian Cancer Canada. We also have all of this in French as well. Everything we offer is entirely bilingual. Okay, and I do want to talk about our Walk of Hope every September. This is a really, really important event for us. It's our biggest fundraising event. And what we're doing is we're rallying communities from all across the country to come together to get out and walk in support of people affected by ovarian cancer. We have been doing this through the pandemic as well. People are walking in their own communities in small groups. And it's just a really, really impactful day where we do raise a lot of money for support and advocacy around this disease. So as it says on that second point, it's the most powerful event of its kind in the country, directing all attention and fundraising towards this cause. So if you're interested in the fall in joining a team or creating your own team and walking in your community in support of the cause, that would be wonderful. You can get in touch with us and we can share more information about how to get involved with the Ovarian Cancer Canada Walk of Hope. So that's basically all of our resources. Like I said, I tried to break into those two sections of connecting you to all that knowledge and information and all that expertise, and also connecting you to a community if that's something that would provide you, hope and comfort if that's something that you're looking for. So I know that's just a lot of information to just throw at you. So I really want you to just take a look at this slide and write down my email address, write down my phone number, and get in touch. For two reasons. One is I can sign you up or subscribe or register you for any of those resources that I talked about. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, a big part of my job is providing direct one-on-one support to people. So if you want to just give me a call and talk about what you're going through, if you want to vent, if you want to tell me what you're worried about, if you have a specific question about something your oncologist has shared with you, anything at all you can think of, you can always get in touch with me. So my phone number is there. Just note my extension is 237. And my email address is aross@ovariancanada.org. So please get in touch if there's anything I can do anytime in your experience, no matter what you're going through, just a phone call away. So that's everything. Jeremy, I can toss back to you now.
Yes, thank you, Alison, and so much for sharing. Just some incredible resources offered by Ovarian Cancer Canada. And again, I guess the website is
Ovariancanada.org.
Ovariancanada.org. And I guess keep in touch with or keep an eye on your social media as well, because I do see sometimes you do post the yes. TLT chats and some of those incredible programs. So thank you again so much for sharing. If anyone has any questions, you can enter it in the chat. I can relay it over to Alison. Otherwise, I just feel commenting wonderful resources. Thank you again so much, and we will continue to share what you have to offer. So let us know if anything new pops up.
That's great. Thank you, Jeremy. So if anyone has any questions that pop up in your mind later, please do get in touch with me. And okay, thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Alison.